It's all about timing for the US president, who's long rejected the idea of global warming. And if it all works out for Donald Trump, the United States will formally exit the Paris Agreement the day after the 2020 presidential elections.
The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord, but begin negotiations to re-enter either the Paris Accord or in really entirely new transaction on terms that are fair to the United States, its businesses, its workers, its people, its taxpayers.
The Paris climate deal brought together all nations of the world to be part of a single agreement to tackle climate change for the first time in history. The key commitment, among others, was for those countries to limit global temperature rise to below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels this century and pursue efforts to make that figure 1.5%. The Obama administration signed up in 2015, but Donald Trump declared he would withdraw 2 years later, saying it would hurt the US economy and favor other major emitters like China. But President Trump is still leaving the door open.
So we're getting out, but we will start to negotiate, and we will see if we can make a deal that's fair. And if we can, that's great. And if we can't, that's fine.
So will the withdrawal have a significant impact? The likely answer is yes. And that's because the United States has been the biggest historical emitter of carbon. It currently accounts for around 15% of CO2 emissions. So there is no doubt a US withdrawal will make it more difficult for that 2% figure to be achieved. And dozens of countries, including many in the Pacific, which are on the front lines of rising sea levels, are trying to achieve an even more ambitious goal to reach net zero emissions by 2050. But they represent only about 11% of the world's climate footprint and exclude the biggest emitters, China, the US, and India. So for now, at least, the US will be the world's only non-signatory of the Paris Agreement, although 10 other countries are yet to ratify, among them Turkey, Iran, and Iraq.